Hey traders, Cory Mitchell here with TradeThatSwing.com. This is your swing trading stock market outlook for the week of May 12th. Much better market conditions out there recently. Let's go through how things are looking. I each week go through the same process, just deciding how aggressively I'm going to be trading, long or short, or whether I'll be trading at all. And right now, overall, yeah, conditions good. The general stock market in good shape. That includes most stocks. Gold and gold stocks remain in an uptrend. Those were strong even while the market was weak. So that's kind of a sector can focus in on to provide some trades while even when general conditions aren't very good. Bitcoin turned higher, so we're going to cover all that. There is, I hadn't updated this in a long time because I'd just been doing the best swing trading stocks list, but there were so many great earnings recently with nice pops, and so I updated the current swing trading watch list, and it's predominantly earnings plays, and yeah, you can check that out. I'll post the link to this article below the video because this article is updated each week. There's some other lists you can check out as well too if you want some ideas, but yeah, lots moving pretty well at the moment. Let's look at the indices. QQQ and S&P 500, you can see moving up toward this old rangy area, but the NYSE composite just blew right through it. We're in there. We've had a couple little wiggles in it. So far it's holding in there, so that's a positive. The Russell 2000, weaker, but it's often weaker, especially recently. But even it's moving up. So we have everything moving up, short-term uptrends, higher swing highs, higher swing lows over the last, since April. And same with the NASDAQ, same with the NYSE composite, same with the S&P, same with the Canadian index. It's almost back near the top of that range, really strong move up. Commodity heavy index. Bitcoin, so we had this range here where it traded for quite a while, several months, and then it broke below and it was holding in this range down here. This was a typical pullback amount. I have an article on how Bitcoin moves. If you go to investing, how Bitcoin moves and its cycles. And so there was the opportunity to pick up some, down in this area. Then looking for the breakout and hold of this range. I ideally wanted a pullback into this area just to show that it held, but we didn't get that. It just stayed up here and then broke higher. So that was we basically held above this old range and then moved higher. Now the only issue is we're coming up to this all-time high, and we'll not all the time, but often get, we have this big move up, which isn't shown here, but we have this big uptrend. Then we have a deeper pullback. We move back to the highs, and then we have another pullback, which kind of shakes everyone out. And then potentially the bigger move up, or it breaks these lows and keeps going down. So that's the only flag kind of right now. So now the issue is we've had this run up. Does it stall out here, or do we break higher? And just like we were watching this range to see if it breaks above it and holds, now I'm watching this high. Does it break above it and hold? And that determines, well, are we going to continue running, or does it stall out here, maybe pop a bit above it, drop below, hold down here, and then start rolling over? That tells us, hey, we maybe are in for another drop, and we got to wait for the potentially bigger run down the road. Gold. This is the miners up here. This is the gold ETF, which tracks the gold price. You can see a nice pop. We're in a pullback, a little bit choppier recently. We have this one drop here, then a big pop, then another pretty swift drop. So a little bit different dynamic than what we've seen before, where it's pretty quick recoveries. This was an example of more kind of what we were in. We have a drop, a little bit bigger drop. So a little bit choppier, kind of like it was back here. Don't know how this would resume, but we are still in that overall uptrend. And the miners, you can see drop, pull back to the drop, another little drop, smaller, then you have a pop back up, and we popped above this little swing high, and we're still kind of holding this area above this prior low. So looking still okay. Gold similar, popped above this little pullback swing high. We're holding above the low, so if we keep moving up, potential trades there as well. Gold was pretty much the only thing that was working back when the S&P 500 and these other major indices were declining earlier in the year. You can see it was having a nice run. Now we have much more options. We could trade the gold stocks, but with everything else moving up, we also have a lot more stock options for trading stocks, just because, a lot more is moving well and moving to the upside, which generally favors more capital deployment for me. Let's look at the market health indicators. So this is an S&P 500 chart, and volume not really important to me at the moment. Rate of change, simply how much the price is moving per day. The takeaway from this is that downtrends and near turning points are characterized by really high volatility, daily price movements really big. Uptrends characterized by low daily movement. You can see we are shifting here, really high daily movement, and we are getting more toward lower daily movement. So we are exhibiting more uptrending characteristics now than we were before. Advanced decline line, advancing stocks minus declining stocks as a cumulative number. It's up there at all-time highs while the S&P is below its all-time highs. That is a positive divergence. Quite often the indices will catch up to major divergences like this, meaning this is at an all-time high, so the S&P could eventually, it will eventually get there at some point, but usually within a relatively timely fashion, these tend to pan out. I'm not going to bet solely on that. Basically, we want to continue to see favorable indicators. If these start to turn negative, then back off. But for the moment, this is a positive as well. Happy face. Upside volume divided by total volume. This is just showing extreme selling volume, or if it's a really low number, extreme selling volume. Those tend to come in at key times or give us an indication of what kind of environment we're in. We have not had a signal in here in a long time. The last one was back early April when we had this huge upside day, and I think it was like 97 or 98% upside volume, meaning of all the volume that occurred that day, 98% of it occurred in stocks moving to the upside. Huge, just influx of money into the market, people just willing to buy. And so that was a good sign. We haven't had anything since. We're looking for very extreme values. This is the percentage of stocks above their 50-day moving average, just a crude measure of how many stocks are in a short-term uptrend. Generally much easier to swing trade on the long side when most stocks are moving up. And you can see we're up around 60% of stocks above their 50-day. So a little bit easier conditions to make money than when you're trying to buy when most stocks are just plummeting and in short-term downtrends. Ultimate indicator, how many quality setups there are, how many are you seeing, how many are you finding, and how are those trades working out for you? If you're just getting pummeled and you can't seem to make any money, that tells you to back off. Something's not working. If you're seeing good signals, they seem to be working out, then that's good. So use your own, or I use my own trading as a feedback mechanism. There are, I've opted not to update this because it's pretty much, I'm just looking at the hot stocks. I'm not too usually concerned about what sectors they're in. If you wanted to reduce your screening time, maybe you could just look at, the sectors that are performing well, but they tend to kind of rotate a little bit. So there is an article there you could check out and then look at the hottest sector and then drill down to the hottest stocks within that sector if you wanted to scan that way. But usually I have these other scan lists that I'm running, and I'm just looking for, you know, any stock that is doing well. What I'm doing right now, well, always day trading, but looking to gain long exposure in stocks on swing trades. Gold stocks remain an option. Bitcoin moving well, just kind of seeing how it acts around that 110K level. If it falters a bit, get out, look to reassess. If it keeps going, great. Yeah, what I like about day trading is you can trade every day, whereas swing trading is more periods of inaction and inaction. Right now, a period of action. So, yeah, time to be a little bit more active in the markets. That's your swing trading stock market outlook for this week. If you find these videos helpful, give them a like, hit the subscribe button, and happy trading out there.